Before you go out there and say black men don't love black women, let me explain something to you as to why that makes zero sense. Whenever a man does something to a woman, y'all come together and unite, y'all cheer it on. But as soon as a woman does something to a man, it's crickets from the woman mountaintop. When y'all saw Tyrese on that camera crying his eyes out to see his baby, everybody laughed at him. Y'all made him a meme. When y'all saw Will Smith sitting at that table crying in front of his wife for having an affair, y'all laughed at Will Smith. Called him weak, called him stupid. I've literally seen armies of women gang up on a man who found that a kid wasn't his years later and said, you should still take care of that kid. Even though they never held the woman accountable for having an affair, and then women in the comments actually have the nerve to be like, you should still raise that child because you've been in this life already. No accountability when it's about y'all. Every single woman on this planet has at least one point in time curved a really good, nice black man because he was too nice. Majority of the time, y'all have did them good men the worst to be with the worst men. Black men don't love y'all because now they got these talking points and they have things to be aware of. Let a man go to jail for domestic violence. They gonna do to him. Let a bunch of dudes in the middle of a city see a dude smacking a girl up and down the street. Watch what they do to that man. But they see a female beating up on a dude. They like, yo, chill. Your mind bugging. Because y'all only come together when it's about y'all, but y'all don't take the chance to stand up for the men when it's about them. Y'all laugh at it.
Facts. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. And my brother, you gotta add Papoose to that list of men that you referred to. Have you seen the lack of the lack of holding women accountable when it comes to Remy Ma? I mean, I've seen a few. The women who typically hold women accountable, you've seen them brush over this topic, but you would think as much as women push black men to be like Papoose, as much as Papoose was pushing black love on men, you would think women would be coming for him in droves. And like it it's just funny because just like the brother said, bro, if they found out it was Papoose that was cheating on her, bruh, they would still be talking about it just like they spent damn near 2 weeks talking about Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens. This is why when women complain about ain't no good men available and I haven't been able to get one, this is why, ladies, for real, this is why men are starting to have less and less empathy for y'all. Because for one, y'all don't have any ounce of empathy for men. And then two, when y'all give high praise to the men that are treating their women right, only for those women to turn around and do those very set men dirty, y'all ain't got nothing to say. It's like, where are y'all at? Y'all come out in droves when a man does something wrong, but when a woman does something wrong, like, it's one thing if women are out here doing wrong and it's with men that y'all don't really care for, but it's happening to men that y'all see as good examples of good husbands, and y'all still are silent when something bad's happened to them. That's the problem. And when men see that, men are going to react a certain way. And that reaction is less empathy for women. Let's keep it moving.
Okay, I just got a quick question. So when you see women complaining about the men that they slept with and had babies by and the men that they let in between their legs and the type of men that they entertain, when you see those type of videos, do you tell those women that they don't like men? Or if they don't like men, just say that? Like, do you ever say that to those women? Do you tell those women, hey, be accountable for your actions? Hey, you slept with the wrong type of guy, or you were in a relationship with the wrong type of guy, or he didn't pour into you correctly. That's not how all men are, and you need to get it together as a woman and stop being so negative towards one group of men or men in general. Like, when y'all see videos of women tearing men down in general, not just black men or not just white men or Asian men or Spanish men, or just when you see a video of a woman telling you how terrible men are, why does it not upset you? Especially if you know that there's good men out here in society. Especially if you know the majority of men in society are not the dangers that you talk about. They're not disrespecting you the way you say that a lot of these men are. They're not out here trying to use you. They're not out here not trying to be fathers to the children that they could possibly make with you. Like, the majority of men in society are absolutely doing exactly what they need to do in relationships and with their women. And those relationships are falling apart because women get bored, or they want to go deal with a man that makes more money, or they want to live a certain lifestyle because they see it on Instagram or TikTok or whatever social media they use, and another man shows them some type of interest that maybe he is more attractive than the man that she's married or the man she's dating. Like, all these other parameters that women seem to skip over when they're talking about the narratives that they want to create for just men in general. Simply because you see a video of a man telling a woman that you are not of any type of value to be asking a man for $1 million or having $1 million or needing $1 million, or even saying that somebody can't even be entertained by you unless they got a certain amount of money in their bank account. Like, the fact that women can operate in that type of space and women see it and it's not a problem, but then y'all get mad when a man say he the prize and he's in the top 1% and he's attractive and he's able to go out here and get whatever woman he wants, and he can get the majority of you women in society who swear he's not the prize, but he wouldn't have a problem sleeping with the majority of y'all just off the fact that he in the top 1%. Can we talk about that? Like, y'all women will literally talk about how y'all want good men, but then y'all go out here and y'all will sleep with a man who y'all know is married. Y'all will sleep with a man that y'all know is in a relationship. Y'all will go out here, know that his baby mama pregnant, and y'all will still go out there and have a baby by him. Right? You will know this man got a baby on the way and still lay down and have sexual relations with this man. And then you'll come back to society when he don't want to take care of that kid, or when you're not in a relationship with him and you thought y'all was going to be in a relationship because he was supposed to leave his girl, but he never left her, right? She can come back to society and be negative at all men because she dealt with the wrong guy. And you see the video and you don't comment in the video and say, hey, if you don't like men, just say that. Or why don't you talk about the men who you slept with? Or why don't you talk about the men who didn't value you in a relationship? Or why don't you talk about the men who didn't love you correctly? Y'all don't never say that as women when it comes to those type of videos. But when you see a man make a video about how a woman who thinks a man's value is simply tied to his finances, or he can't have time with her unless she sees his bank account, or her recycled vagina is somehow valuable enough for this man to want to empty out his pocketbooks on her, like, that doesn't seem to ignite any type of thought pattern in a lot of you women besides that's a good man and he should be spending money on her and blah, 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 blah. But we don't like women because we don't allow them to try to extort us. We don't like women because we don't want to listen to the negativity that a lot of these women bring to society for all men off of the representation that some men put in front of them. I don't understand that. But hey, I get it. You possibly don't like men. You possibly don't have the type of attitude, possibly the looks. Clearly, you don't have the thought pattern to understand what the men that you want out of a woman. So therefore, let's just go after all men. Let's chastise all men. Let's be negative to all men. Let's tell men who don't have a favorable opinion of some women that they don't like women and that they have a disdain for all women. Let's just continue to tell those men who don't sound like the men that we do want that they don't like women and that they are negative and that they're the dangers. Because they don't want to let a woman extort them, or they don't want to let a woman think that she has access to his pocketbooks simply because she looks nice or she talks nice. We talk about random women. We talk about women we don't even know, but you got to show her your bank account to get some of her time. Yeah, that sounds like she don't like herself. That sounds like she ain't no value to no man. That sounds like that's the type of woman you should stay far away from. You commenting this absolutely means you're the type of woman that a lot of men should stay away from. Respectfully.
And you want to know the sad part, you guys? This woman felt some type of way, because don't you know I found this woman in the comments on this post? Check this out, bruh. Look, the very first one. And she repeats herself. She doubled down and said, every single man in these comments are DL.
You must unlearn what you have
I
learned.
tell you, man, like seriously, for women who think and talk like this, if the only way you think men like you is kissing your ass and putting you on a pedestal and praising you all the time just for existing, just say that. Just admit that. But see, y'all don't. But see, y'all ain't gonna do that because I'm like because then you still look like the bad person in the situation. But look at this. It says, "Dang, who hurt you?" She responds, "Who hurt you? Your mama." Same with women, y'all. A lot of y'all lesbians. Yeah, that's true because y'all do be doing a lot of lesbo shit amongst each other, especially when y'all go to the clubs and shit. But I digress. LOL, this rebuttal is redundant. Find something new to cope with. And then she said, make me. I should have seen this coming. And her name is Chris89. And I hope that 89 don't mean that was the year you was born, because that makes you only 4 years less older than me. And you handled this situation and commented on this like a teenager. Then he responds, if that were possible, this wouldn't even be a discussion. If I were in control, women like you wouldn't exist. And she responds, lame. She said, and then he said, I know, hence the reason you wouldn't exist. Wish it wasn't true, y'all some scary, hateful ninjas. This is hilarious, bro. That's interesting because someone who's afraid of someone doesn't usually argue with those people. If men are dangerous, you seem to like danger. If you truly believe men hate women, you will put yourself in harm's way intentionally. So if a man did something negative to you, you'd have to take accountability for that, but you won't, LOL. Yeah, that's why she kept going back and forth with y'all in the comments. You're dangerous, and all the men here in the comments are, I still have a voice, I'll use it. Ha, yap much. He said, you're the type to try to pet a dog even when the owner says they bite, then get mad at the owner when you get bit. And dude, it was about 45 more comments, but just to give you an idea, man, dude, it's really the women that hate the men, not the men that hate the women. I'll say, if there is any hate towards women, it's the behavior. And behavior like what I just showed you in the comments and her responding to this very immaturely is exactly what men are complaining about. Let's keep it moving.
I didn't want a really nice guy when I was 24, right? And so I ended things. I went back on the scene. I mean, things worked out. I got married. But relatively speaking, if things didn't work out, and I said to myself, you know what, I do want a nice guy. I do want someone who's stable. I do want someone who's loving. Now that I'm older, I'm more reflective. I know you don't believe in older, but right. Now I'm older, I'm more reflective, right? I could say I've now changed my mind and I want to reconsider this. Now, whether or not he wants to give me a second chance, I would say he'd be dumb for doing so. But for me to go back, because I was the one who left, he was a good person. What I wanted has now changed.
Well, what if he wanted change too?
And now he don't want me?
Yeah.
I mean, it don't be happening.
And she gonna have the nerve to snap her head back like she all that. You ain't all that with them forehead lashes you got. Bruh, I'm holding on to that. I ain't letting that go. Every time I see a girl with them little swirly baby hairs in the front, I'm like, ha, ha, ha. Forehead lashes.
Alright, babe. I'm about to go ahead and bounce.
Where you think you're going?
About to go ahead and go. Give me a kiss.
With them pants on?
Jay, I'm about to let
Baby, you gotta go in that closet and change into some black sweatpants or something else. Because you're not going out there looking like that.
Jay, I'm literally finna go to the grocery store and go to the gym. Why you asking me in my code?
Because, baby, it's clearly right here. You're not about to go out looking like that, no.
So I can't go to the grocery store.
Not with them pants on, no.
So what about the gym? I can go work out. You feel me? Go ahead and go hit a little.
Say, your thing is thangin' right now. No, like, it's too big. Go in the closet.
It's too big. What you mean it's too
I'm
big?
so serious, Jay. Go change.
Jay, I'm about to go for real.
No, that's not appropriate. Go.
Jay, I'm about to leave.
No, you're not. No, you're
please.
I'm about to yank your pants down. Keep playing with me.
Jay,
I'm about to give you a wedgie. Keep playing.
Why would you give me a wedgie?
You got me messed up. Like, you got me all with it. For real. Here you go.
Jay, you doing the most right now.
These are perfect. Put these on. Put them on. Put them on, say.
Jay, I'm about to go for real.
You're not leaving. Move. No, you don't be wearing those.
Dang, so it's like that.
It's definitely like that.
Right, but they can wear leggings and leave very little to the imagination. And when men say, "I don't want you going dressed out a certain way or going to the club," they shame you for it and say that you're insecure. But this is how this is how women are acting about their men going out wearing gray sweats. The hypocrisy.
Separate like the emotional intelligence from articulation, because I do think that becomes a part of the problem. Everybody is not gifted with words, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Baby, stop playing. Not right now. Is a statement, right? It's a statement that shows a person assess themselves, gauge their capacity, and say, right now I don't have it. But unfortunately, like you said, because there's not enough explanation to it, because there ain't no metaphor, because it don't sound sweet, smooth, and sexy, we don't take that from people.
Right.
We try to, again, be unqualified, strip people of any emotional work that they have done when it's not appeasing to us.
Right, and that's like the Cheesecake Factory of statements right there. Maybe not right now.
And one of the things that you're talking about, empathy. The servitude that comes with empathy, that's a huge component in emotional intelligence.
Huge.
Coming and going, though, if a person says, baby, not right now, the emotionally intelligent response would be, okay, cool. I'm still upset by this, so I would like to set some time to where we can come back and work through it. But I'll leave you the space to process the way you need to process it right now. Not, why can't we talk about it? Why? What's the problem with right now? We want emotion, and not even just women. It's like we want emotional intelligence as a fetish, like as a feature for us to use and cut on and off in a relationship and cut on and off on that other person. That's not the way that works.
Yeah, I'm going to rip this apart now. If taking your armor off means me as the woman needs to put hers on and take the lead and be masculine, that's where the problem is. A woman with this mentality will always set up failing environments for men, because if men can't be soft around their own girl, I can't even perceive that as a woman. I can't. I don't care if this comes off as harsh or this triggers someone. This is a problem. This is a real problem for men. This man got to wear his armor out in society all fucking day, and he can't come home and be his authentic self at the same. But in the same instance, you would ask that of him. What if I told you can't take off your makeup, you can't take off your bra? You've got to be beautiful for me 24/7. Would you ever want to be around that? No, because that's just what you do out there. You look your best out there. When you come home to me, you should be able to do that. You should be able to relax. This should be an environment for you to feel safe and for you to be yourself. Why would you think that men would want to express themselves on an authentic level like that? You think that men don't like being soft? They don't like being silly or goofy? That they don't want to have to take themselves too seriously all the time? A guy had said this, I can't remember who, but a man having to be hard all the time, it will destroy him. And that's the problem, because a lot of men think that they have to do that. But you as a woman are supposed to show him that he doesn't have to. I have to be playing Mr. Man around my own goddamn girl 24/7 in the comfort of my own home? The women that I was with, whether we're dating or just hooking up casually, knew that I was bouncing. So if they were already at my place waiting for me, they would see me come through the door, and I'd be like, fuck, that was exhausting, because my adrenaline was going up and down all night long. And they would say, come here. And I could collapse on top of that woman and I could decompress, because she allowed me to do that. And I felt comfortable enough for her, with her, to be able to do that. And that's a great thing. That's what women are supposed to do for men. A woman is supposed to be a man's safe spot, to where he can go and he can be soft and he can take that goddamn armor off. This idea that, if he takes it off, I gotta be all masculine and stuff like that. So great, when he's trying to relax and decompress, you feel that you gotta be masculine and challenge him now? Like, what kind of environment does that set up for men? You think they're gonna stick around? No, they shouldn't. Fellas, if you can't be soft and sweet and goofy and silly and expressive around your girl without feeling like she's looking at she's looking at you like less of a man, get rid of her. A lot of women don't understand men to that degree. Men are human beings, not your guys' robots to fuck with all day because he's Mr. Man and he can take it. Women that understand this are more likely to have a man around for a long period of time because that is his safe space. When he goes out in society, he's got to be Mr. Man. You think I want to come home and deal with that? It's a real problem if women think this. They will never keep men around. Never. And they shouldn't. So like I said, fellas, if you can't express yourself and be soft with your girl, that ain't the girl for you, bro. I mean that.
And that's exactly why men value femininity so much. That's exactly why. Because men, we have to be masculine all the time. The moment we walk out that door, I'm like, the last thing we want to do is have to come home to you and have to be on the same shit. And let me make this very clear, because I was shocked when I saw this clip and I was like, oh, I have to react to this. Ladies, just because men want you to be just because we want you to be our peace, and we want to be able to come to you and have a safe space and be able to be soft with you, that does not mean that we want you to trade roles with us and become masculine. That is not what that means. I don't know what the hell made that woman think that, but clearly women who think like this are part of the problem when we're having these conversations about these talking points. Because just because I want to come home and decompress, that doesn't mean all of a sudden you got to act all tough and hard. No, if anything, I want you to be the complete opposite. You feel me? This is home. This should be my sanctuary. I don't want to deal with none of the nonsense and none of the bullshit. It's real simple. But yeah, I don't, good God. But once again, bro, this is why I'm happy I don't think like a woman. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Neo Trap Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any of the merch, spreadshot.com, link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.